Now we are discussing the topic subnetting. Well, as the name signify, sub means small networks, subnetting. So small network whenever we are making, that is called the subnetting. Now what does that mean? We know that every computer, let us suppose that we are having a specific computer. Now this computer will be having some of the IP address. Let us suppose that 192.168.1.7. Similarly, if I take maybe 1000 computers, now 1000 computer will be having 1000 IP addresses. Now to take that IP address from the network provider, that will be really tough. So for that, what we do, we divide a single IP address into multiple different subparts, which is called the subnetting. Let us suppose that our network provider has given a sum of the IP. Now with that IP, we are going to divide that IP. Let us suppose that we are having the configuration like 192.168 that we are, let us suppose, making fix. Now there are two further spaces which we want to fill out. Now with the help of subnetting we can fill it. Let us suppose that we say 192.168.1.1. We assume that 1 is our maybe lab 1 and first computer. Similarly, lab 1 second computer, lab 1 third computer, and so on. Similarly, we can take out the lab 2 first computer, lab 2 second computer, lab 2 third computer, and so on. Similarly, lab 3 first computer, lab 3 second computer, lab 3 third computer. Now this is our own logical representation. Maybe we are assuming that the one we are taking for the lab 1 and then other one we are taking for the specifically computer number. That is our configuration, so that we assumed that this is the IP we want to give 192.168.1.1, 1.2, 1.3 and so on. So if I want such type of IP configuration, now here we work with the subnetting. So subnetting means there is a complete network. We are going to divide into small parts. That is called subnetting. Now understand one thing. Whenever we are going to divide IP into different subparts, then a specific subnet mask is required. Means with that specific IP we have to provide the subnet mask. So that we are going to discuss now. Now first of all we should understand one thing, that classes. This subnetting is the part of classful addressing. So talking about the classes, the IP address is divided into 5 classes. So talking about the class A, we know that class A is for the large organization. Then class B is for the medium organization. Then we are having the class C, and that is for the small organization. Then we are having 2 more classes, class D, which is for the multicasting. Then we are having the class E, and that is for the reserved purpose. Reserved means that can be used later on. Now if we talk about the normal user, we use which classes? The normal user use the class A, B and C. They do not use the class D and E, because D is for the multicast, E is for the reserved. So that's why in the most of the diagrams you will not find class D and E, because they are not for the normal use utility. And talking about A, B, C, they are the unicast classes, and here we use our IP, and they also have their ranges on which the classes depends, just like this 192 depend upon some of the class. So this way the classes are there. So if we assume that the first byte should be taken for finding the classes, we know that the class A range is from 0 to 127, then class B range is from 128 to 191, then class C range is from 192 to 223. Now here the example which we are opting is 192. You can see that this 192 is taken from the range 192 to 223. That means this IP belongs to the class C. You will find many of the times the 192, because 192 is for the small organization in the lab or maybe in the companies. This 192 starting IP we will find 192.168.1.7 or something. Now these all different classes, or maybe talking about these labs, they fall under the category of the small organization. Very good industry, very big industries comes under the class B and class A. So talking about the subnetting, whenever we are dividing the IP, then we need the subnet mask also. Then how to find out that subnet mask? So here now we are learning that there are three classes of RUs, A, B and C, which is for large, mid-size and small. We are ignoring the class D and E because that is for the multicast and the reserved purpose. So if I talk about the class A, whenever you are dividing the IP of class A into different parts, then first byte will be 255 and the remaining bytes will be 0. So 255.0.0.0, that will be the subnet mask. And whenever you are dividing the IP of class B, then you take 2 times 255.255.0.0. So that will be the subnet mask of class B. If you are dividing the IP of class C, then subnet mask will be 255.255.255.0. So that will be the subnet mask of class C. So here, as we know that we are dividing the IP of class C, because we already know that 192 is falling under the range of class C. So if here somebody asks us what is the subnet mask that you are going to divide the IP, then obviously the subnet mask of this IP will be 255.255.255.0. So this is the default subnet mask of the IP that we are dividing. Now, how that IP comes? Actually, we are going to set the first bits or the first byte here to the ones, and all remaining will be 0. So if we talk about the class A, then this class A, the first 8 bits that we are going to take as 1. So 1 1 1 1 1 1 and 1 1, and other all bits which are remaining, that will be 0. So 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. Similarly again 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0, and the next one also 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. So this is the 8 times 1, then 8 times 0 and 0. So here if we see that these first ones, 8 ones is nothing but 255, and then 8 times 0 is 0 0 0. So the above one is the binary representation and the below one is the dotted decimal representation. So based upon that we are going to give the subnet mask. Similarly, if we talk about the class B, then here in the class B, the two consecutive bytes means 8 and 8 bits will be set to 1. So here 8 times 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then again 8 times 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then again 8 times 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Again 8 times 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And if we take out how that 1 is converted to the decimal, then here it is nothing but 255.255.0.0. So here the above one is the binary representation, and bottom we are having is the dotted decimal representation. Similarly, talking about the class C, in the class C, the first 3 bytes are set to 1. So 8 times 1 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then one more time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. and then 8 times 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Now if we are converting to the decimal notation, so the dotted decimal we are having 255.255.255.0. So this way above we are having the binary and bottom we are having the dotted decimal notation. So this way the subnetting is done. Whenever we are dividing the IP into small parts, then a subnet mask is required, and subnet mask, if you are taking into the binary, then it will be the consecutive ones followed by the zeros. So here we are having the default subnet masks. So we can say that this is nothing but this one is the whole default subnet mask. So whenever we are dividing a IP into different small parts, then we have to first check where that IP belong, and based upon that we are going to find out the subnet mask. So here we can see that in the example we have seen there this IP is divided into small parts. So here this one 255.255.2550 is the default subnet mask whenever we are dividing the IP. So this is the IP of class C, that's why this is the default subnet mask. Now out of that there is one more thing, that which is called net ID and host ID. So here we can see that in the class A, the first consecutive ones we are having. So here this particular area, the first part is our net ID. Net ID means that is for the network. Now the remaining part we are having, that is called the host ID. Now host ID means how many computers the host can connect. So that is nothing but the host ID. Similarly, if we talk about the class B, then their first 2 bytes are the net ID, means that is for the network purpose. And talking about the remaining 2 bytes, that is for the host ID. So here in the class B, the first 2 bytes are for net ID and next 2 bytes are for the host ID. So talking about the class C, in the class C, the first 3 bytes, that is for the net ID, means network can use these particular IDs. Now talking about the last byte, that is for the host ID. So here the remaining portion we are having, that is the host ID. So this one is further divided into the net ID and host ID. Now let us suppose that some of the IP is given to us, then how to find out the subnet mask, net ID and host ID, that we are learning now. Now let us suppose that we have given with the IP address. Now that IP address we are having is 128.7.11.20. Now in this IP address we have to find out that this IP first of all belong to which class. So here our first question is find out the class of this IP address. Now we know that for finding the class we have to first of all check the first byte. Now class A is having the range 0 to 127. Then class B is having the range 128 to 191. Then class C is having the range from 192 to 223. So here if we talk about 128, so this 128 is falling under the range of class B, which is from 120 to 191. So first of all the answer of the class is it is belonging to class B. Now our next question is find out the subnet mask. Subnet mask, we know that whenever we are going to divide the IP into small parts, let us suppose that this is our IP and we want to divide into small parts, then what will be the subnet mask that we are going to add on with this? So here we can see that this is for the class B, and talking about the class B, here the subnet mask is nothing but 255.255.0.0. So subnet mask for this particular IP will be 255.255.0.0. 0.0.0. So that is the subnet mask. Now we are going to find out the next question from this IP, that what is the network ID, or in the small we can say that what is the net ID. So we are going to find out the net ID of this IP. We know that this is the IP of class B. So here in the class B, if we talk about the net ID, then first two specific bytes, these are the net ID. So first two specific bytes, that means 128 to 7. These are the first two bytes. Now that is nothing but the net ID. So this one is our network ID that we are going to take. So here in the block we can write that net ID is 128.7. So this one is the net ID. Now we are going to find out the host ID, means how many hosts we can connect with this. And we know that talking about the host, this IP is belonging to the class B, and in the class B the remaining 2 bytes, that is for the host ID. So we can say that these two are nothing but the host ID. So 11.20 is our host ID. So that we are going to write here that 11.20 is our host ID. Now we are going to find out the network number. So here we are writing what is the network number of this particular IP. Now to find out the network number, we should understand one thing. First of all, whatever the net ID that we have to take, we should write. So 128.7, that is the network ID that we are going to take it. Afterward, what are the remaining bytes? Put them 0. So there are 2 consecutive blocks which are remaining, because in the IPv4 we are having 4 blocks. So 2 are filled with the net ID. Now remaining are 0.0. So that is the network number. So here we have learned that subnetting. Subnetting means whenever we are going to divide IP into small parts, that is called the subnetting. And whenever we are doing the subnetting, then subnet mask is used. And to find out that subnet mask, first of all we have to find out where that IP belong to, means which is the class of the IP. So first of all we have to find out the class, and we know that this IP which is given to us, that is belonging to class B. Now belonging to class B, then we have to find out the subnet mask, because subnet mask is added whenever we use the subnetting. Then default subnet mask can be calculated. Then based upon the subnet mask, we can find out the net ID and the host ID. And whenever we are putting the host ID as 0 and net ID remains same, that becomes the network number. So here we can easily determine the class, subnet mask, net ID, host ID and the network number.